When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to Limbird.com. LIMBIRD.
KERX Paris Fort Smith from the Busch Light Studios. ESPN 95.3.
Pringle, nice bounce pass. Akup, left side, three-pointer good. Darius feeling it tonight, 11 in the first half. He didn't put it back up, tried to kick it out. Richmond stole the pass. Showtime! Billy! They find Murphy. His shot blocked by Brazil. Thomas out of there with it. Ahead to Akup. Love for Richmond and a dunk on the other end. Brazil with the block on one end, Richmond with a dunk on the other, and it's a 10-point Razorback lead.
How about Billy Goat? If that is the TV that we have every game, we're going to have some fun.
Look like the other team that could make a Final Four run, and at least the Elite Eight like they did in previous years. I think this Arkansas team could be the most dangerous.
88-75. Our final score.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Feels like it was a good Valentine's Day weekend for Razorback fans after you defeat the Auburn Tigers. Didn't know if the Tigers had won 3 straight in this series prior to Saturday night, but you got a little revenge. I know Billy Richmond said they had this one marked on their calendar. They're now 9-3 at this juncture of the SEC. 6 games left. Arkansas is projected to win 4 of the next 6. Now, you were talking about before the show, you take a split between Florida and Alabama.
Right now.
You got the Crimson Tide Wednesday night, the Missouri game on Saturday back inside Bud Walton Arena. But you're in a great spot. Solo second place in the SEC with Florida defeating Kentucky on Saturday. So Razorbacks, as you heard, Damian Fishback, some people are starting to wonder if this team's potential is in Indianapolis, Indiana for the Final Four.
No 0-2 weeks. But but let's not also sink our teeth into some fool's gold. Maybe that's not the right way to. You kind of bite gold to make sure it's real. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Let's not bite into this nugget here and think that maybe it's a little bit of fool's gold.
You're saying a 4-8 Mississippi State team, a bad LSU team without their best scorer, and an Auburn team without their best scorer, who's an SEC Player of the Year candidate. You're saying those wins aren't worthy?
Go to Tuscaloosa on Wednesday night. That's a 6 o'clock game, right? And win that game, and then we can have conversations about Indianapolis. I am not ready to say this is a Final Four team based on everything you just said. Beating 2 of the bottom, what's state, bottom 4, bottom 5 teams.
Yeah, bottom 5. LSU's bottom 2 or 3.
Auburn, without their leading scorer, is not even a middle-of-the-pack team. But you go beat Alabama at Alabama, now we got something real to sink our teeth in. That will be real gold.
Well, for setup for the Razorbacks in these remaining games, so Florida's number 1. You get to play them. If you win that game, you control your own destiny. You've beaten Vanderbilt, who's right behind you, as is Tennessee. You've got Alabama Wednesday night, who's also at 8-4. You've lost to Kentucky. And then the other 7-5 teams that you play, you got Missouri twice. You got A&M once at home. You got Texas at home. So they're playing, again, we said this all offseason, the best part of their schedule was in the final 6 games.
No 0-2 weeks. Just don't have any 0-2 weeks. All right, so if you go play hard at Bama and you come up short to a really good Bama team, no shame in that. Just don't lose to Missouri as well at home. All right? Next week, A&M at home. I think that's a winnable game.
Much more gettable.
And guess what? If you lose to Bama, it's a must-win. You really must win that game at home. If not, it forces you to win at Florida. But if you win at home against A&M, you don't have to win at Florida. Then you come home, you beat Texas, and you really need to go 2-0 the last week, but just because of net rankings and momentum and all those things. But just don't have any 0-2 weeks the next couple of weeks, and all will be okay. And you can afford to lose to Bama and Florida. Winning the regular season SEC is not the crown jewel we want. It's one of the jewels that kind of on the side of the crown over here. But it's not the crown jewel. It's not front and center with me, at least. I don't think it is with any of us.
I was going to say I don't know a single person that has that on the top of the pedestal.
Oh, it'd be nice. I mean, Arkansas doesn't
I'll
have
buy
a
the
long
T-shirt, but I don't care.
Well, I mean, we don't have a long list of regular season SEC championships around here. So I mean, but again, that's not what they count at Kentucky. That's you count trips to the Final Four and you count national titles, and that's what we're after here.
Does anyone want to know what Keyshawn Hall did to be suspended for a pivotal game for them? They've now lost 4 straight. I just want because I actually got a text about this late into the week on Friday. It's like, I don't think Hall's going to play, and it was from someone that I trusted and someone that's verified within the Auburn community. Sure enough, it wasn't an injury. But
no, I was listening to Chuck and Z talk about it, and it's clearly a coach's decision. They went in depth with it on the pregame show and talking about it throughout the broadcast. Listened to most of the game on the radio, and one thing that Z said, sometimes when you hold your best player accountable and you make an example in front of it strengthens the team. So, there was no details given as to exactly why, but, sometimes as a coach, knowing you're going into a place, and Coach Z was talking about knowing you're going to a place that's a buzzsaw, going into Bud Walton Arena, knowing your odds of winning aren't very high anyway, might be a good point to send a message to the rest of the team that no one's above the law here.
I think he missed the last several minutes down the stretch of the game beforehand, too, and Pearl kind of went into the week. Yeah, against Vanderbilt. He said that I'm going to start and play the same group of the guys that was out there at the end of that game because they showed the fight that I want. So It must have been one of those, I'm getting paid a lot of money, I don't have to listen to you things.
Well, and you may be getting paid a lot of money, but as a new head coach that's been in that system, but he's a new head coach, you've got to draw your line in the sand with the team sometimes. You got to stand your ground, and when things aren't going well, and things haven't went well lately for Auburn, sometimes you need to send a message, and sometimes it needs to be loud and clear. And when we've talked about this with other coaches when the head coach, and we talked about it this year with Acuff and Coach Cal, when the head coach is willing to use the best player as a lightning rod and it sends a message that permeates throughout the organization. So every player on that team has probably gotten the message there at Auburn. If he's willing to sit Hall, he's willing to sit any of us.
You mentioned Darius Acuff there. Did anyone else get really, really nervous?
Oh my God! I went surrender Cobra when he went down.
Yeah, let's see that kid's name, Jovich, his knee or he fell on Darius, and Darius awkwardly looked like an ankle landed, and I'm thinking to myself, oh no, because that happened. Think about offensive linemen that get rolled up on during the course of game. That's what that looked like to me. Sure enough, Darius goes on and scored 20 in the second half, but I was as nervous as a fan could get when I saw Darius get rolled up on.
When he ran to the locker room, that made me feel better. Mm-hmm. No one knew what he was doing, but he was changing shoes.
Did it 3 times.
And he changed shoes, and I kind of like the middle pair, the black ones that had the sparkles. He's asking guys on the bench for their shoes. I guess they weren't the right size. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the middle pair better than any of the 3 because it kind of had a little dazzle
edge to it. Little edge to it. I like that too.
What are they called? Bedazzled? They were bedazzled a little bit.
They weren't bedazzled. I don't think he went there
no,
with
but they had a little
put the rhinestone. Sparkle. A
little
sparkle
to
glitter,
them. I like the black shoes anyway.
If you're on the bench and Darius Acuff asks can I have your shoes, and you wear the same size and you don't give it to him, what kind of teammate are you, man? Get the best player your shoes, bro.
Well, I don't know what size he wears, but I mean, you got to have shoes that fit, particularly if you have an ankle issue. So, but I would think you would send the trainer to run to the locker room. But anyway, it's not that far away. But everybody was kind of wondering what was going on there in those moments. But glad it all worked out. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, it is powered by Taco Bell. Had a little Taco Bell this weekend. The Lux Cravings box. It was delicious and a great snack. Well, it was more than a snack. It was a full meal with a Lux Cravings box. Get that now at Taco Bell. And if you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It's the Hit That Line Now app, absolutely free in the Apple app or Google Play Store.
The other injury being Carter, I don't know if it was condensation or water, whatever it was, but he looked like he landed awkwardly and knee not get rolled up, but it just been a weird way. So I'm curious.
I don't think moisture at all. I think just the angle and the way he landed. He had a sleeve already on.
Yeah.
And then that knee just kind of awkwardly buckled. Yeah. Kind of went laterally, it looked like on the replay. But if there was any lingering wonder about why they were sitting the last couple of games, at least with him. I think we're pretty squared away now. It was an injury.
So he plays over 6 minutes. DJ gives you close to 6 minutes in the game. Not a ton of impact for either guys. I know Cal said after the game he still wants to see Carter and Billy together.
Wherever I play him, he's fine. I bring him off the bench, but you can't bring him off the bench now. Why? Because I like somebody better? It has nothing to do with that. How we're starting games and starting halves with him in there makes a difference. I like him and Carter together. I like those two on the floor together. Going forward, that may be something that we try. Even putting TB at some 5.
Billy Richmond can't come off the floor.
No, sir.
I mean, it's just
No.
You have by luck or by circumstance or by these injuries, you have found, to me, the lineup you need to roll with for until proven otherwise. Billy Richmond has to be out there. Acuff has to be out there. TB has to be out there. Pringle, we could have a conversation about, but Billy Richmond's, I mean, playing like a madman. We've said it, many times last week. Billy Richmond can't come off the floor. You got to have Billy Richmond. He has given you so much energy, so much bounce. There is no way Billy Richmond can't be in this lineup.
And he's gotten better. Yeah, much better.
When you think about
Billy, seized the opportunities, what he's done, guys.
When you see Billy's stat line where he shoots 80% from the field, knocks down his only free throw, gives you 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. The 25 points, though, I think what people don't realize is, and I mean, this isn't a question that Cal was asked after the game, but he's not getting play calls for him. He's not getting sets. He's not getting things that are specific for him to score. He's basket cutting. He's running his tail off on the fast break. He's getting steals from Todd Pettiford and then just going the other way. Those are points that he accumulates on his own that are not specifically designated for him to score. And I think that's what's the most impressive thing about his stat line. And again, you mentioned the guys, and I wonder how much more we'll see of a small lineup where Cal is addressing there. When TB's at the 5, you have Carter or Billy at the 4, the others at the 3, Malik's at the 2, and then Darius is at the 1. You're very versatile in that. You're getting out-rebounded a lot of times, I think, in that situation. But, yeah, Billy Richmond, as you said, is taking the most of his opportunity, and it's just fun to watch. When he does a windmill-type dunk and various other things, he's just a fun player to watch.
If you want to have if DJ Wagner gets healthy and you want to have a conversation about him coming back at the 2, I'll entertain that. But I don't see any way we can take Richmond out of the lineup at this point. Just don't see it.
Malik didn't have a great scoring outcome in this game. You mentioned DJ maybe going to the 2, but I think what really stood out to Malik, he had 10 rebounds.
10 boards.
And one of the things like I've been saying about those two individuals, Darius and Malik, is like you got to get better on defense. You got to gain rebound. Arkansas is not a long team. When they go up against Florida next weekend, those two individuals, Darius and Malik, are going to have to gain rebound for Arkansas to have any chance to win. Malik showed you on Saturday he can do that. He's just got to get his nose in there. He had 3 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds. So that was, he didn't shoot the ball that great, and I know that's where he wants to excel, like every other shooting guard in college basketball. I think that's an element that really stood out from that win on Saturday.
Yeah, that's it's going to be fun. All right, single games, regular season tickets. There's a handful still available. Go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com. You've got just a handful of home games left, Missouri, A&M, and Texas. Go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com. You can find single-game tickets for those, plus individual single-game tickets for baseball, which opens at home this Friday against Xavier. It's all available at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
All right, some baseball to react to from this weekend. I know we got a text about Phil and his success that he had. Other things we'll get into, some college basketball headlines, including a crazy fight between Providence and St. John's.
Wow, yeah.
Jerome Tang out the door in Manhattan. Tech with the big win on the road against Arizona. Michael Jordan's Daytona 500 winner, Tyler Reddick, wins this weekend, and Colin Morikawa wins the AT&T Pebble Beach Am. So we'll get to all that coming up, but let's go to what happened in Arlington this weekend.
A line drive into center field. Deep again goes Richie. Get out of here. Ryder Helfrich's hit his second home run in his second at-bat. Swung on and belted deep to center field. That one is back, and this game's over on a 3-run homer by Mike Anu. 0-2. Kojal hits a drive to right field. Back it goes. Camden Kojal's tied the game here in the 9th inning with home run number 2. Who waits on Rogers. The 1-0 swung on, hit in the air, softly, short left center. It's Hughes with the catch. He collides with the center fielder. Here comes Ruiz. The throw coming home. Not in time. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Good job coming back and winning the game. All I got to say.
This is the opening drive.
All right, so you blow at Oklahoma State Friday night. TCU gets the better of you Saturday in a good college baseball game, where it's Arkansas. Thought there was a chance they'd come back and win that. And then you're up on Tech. You lose the lead.
About gave it away.
And then you take it back on Sunday. So for the first three games in Globe Life, you retreated something. You've got another one coming up, which we'll have on most of these ESPN Arkansas stations as well. Some guys you're familiar with, like Camden Kojal and Ryder Helfrich, who both had successful 3 games. And then you're seeing these new guys like Mike Anu, Ruiz, some of the pitchers that you saw a little bit that are pitching in bigger situations as starters. Thought Fish had a good game yesterday. So that was kind of sums up 2-1 weekend. Now you're 12-4 through the games you played in Globe Life.
So what's the update on Aloy, who was limping around the base paths in game 1 and then not in the lineup, didn't play game 2, same thing game 3. What's going on with Aloy?
I don't know.
No. All right. Tell me.
I haven't seen. I haven't heard.
Well, I saw the deal where Dave was talking about, kind of hobbling a little bit around there, and that, obviously he's a key piece of what you want to see moving forward. Out not only in right field, but also in your lineup. So, hope to get a little more clarity on that.
Arkansas fans were loud. You had the Norm DeBryan being on it, which was kind of cool.
The hamstring.
I don't have Tommy. I don't have an update for you on that, but I just thought it was a really cool event, and they had 22,000 plus, which is a Globe Life record on Saturday night. Which, by the way, is like 2,000 less than what Charles Schwab Field in Omaha holds. So it just
and they
doesn't.
Had how many?
22,000 plus.
A big crowd.
Record for the college series.
Yeah, the college series. So it doesn't always appear like it's that great on television because the outfield is not full. But that just puts it in perspective, like just the amount of people that were there this weekend when you had slightly less than 2,000 people, around 2,000, than what typically attend College World Series big-time games.
It's the marquee early season baseball event. I mean, it's the one to be in. And how many of those are Razorback fans? Probably 12 to 15,000 Hog fans appeared to be there.
Oh, it was.
Now I didn't subscribe to Flow. I was on the road some this weekend, but I've seen highlights and I listened some to Phil, and it was a pretty dominated Arkansas crowd. You could just tell from the sounds of the ballpark. So, I think it's an event people plan around.
It's like in football when you think about a Chick-fil-A kickoff type of event, or the Champions Classic in basketball, which features like North Carolina, Kansas, Duke, and Michigan State. It's one of those type of events. You got a couple Southwest Conference teams. You've got Oklahoma State, which Arkansas has battled in postseason recently. This Tarleton State game's a little different than what the first 3 games were and were typically are. But it's an event that Arkansas looks for. Help me on this, Colton, you might have to remind us. They went somewhere different a couple years back, and I don't want to misquote Dave, but he was basically like, I don't know if we're going to do this again. Well, it was in Texas. It was Round Rock.
They've been to Round Rock and played at the minor league park there. They've been to Houston. The good thing about Arlington, you're indoors. I mean, you know you're going to play. You know the weather. You know what the conditions going to be like, and the field there is really good. So. To me, you never leave Arlington as long as they'll have you, and they're going to have you forever because you bring a ton of fans. But you got such an edge by having a huge Dallas-based alumni base that this is a great place to open the year.
I thought I intentionally listened to Phil's opening monologue. We got a text in here from Keo, I should say, from England, that wants to give Phil props. If you missed Phil's initial just opening monologue to set up baseball season, I think it's worth a listen.
The second week of February, it's the most optimistic time of the season for college baseball fans. Love and passion colors the days in the middle of winter, and the greatest 2 words in the pantheon of sports rings true all throughout the nation, and those words are opening day.
How long do you think it took him to come up with that? Is that something he thought about?
I didn't know if the 2 words he was talking about were opening day or play ball. It could be either one, but I probably didn't take him long just because he is so passionate about not just the sport of baseball, but Razorback baseball. So it's just great to hear. I mean, we hear him every day. We see him around the studios here. So we're used to him. But I know the fans that want to hear him call these games. They've been waiting patiently for this. And baseball has its – I mean, I'm not saying that they don't like football, they don't like basketball, they don't like the other sports, but baseball probably as much as any other sport has its own hardcore fans that baseball's going away, they're number one.
Yeah, I think I'm a bigger basketball fan than anything else, and I don't get super excited for opening day of the college basketball season. Football, I do. Football weekend's a big deal, not necessarily week 0, but actually week 1. But I think baseball kind of separates itself for whether it's majors or majors or college. It's definitely a difference.
Yeah. So looking, let me get over here to Fayetteville. I was just kind of course, my phone's not going to load at the right time, but just getting on my weather app and kind of seeing what the weather's supposed to be like later in the week. And for Friday, high of 54, partly cloudy. Saturday, 56. Sunday, 52. Monday, 54. Remember, they open with Xavier here on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Tuesday against Arkansas State. So, got decent weather. Not as good as what we're going to have the next few days, a little bit of cool down, but mid-50s is plenty good enough to play baseball.
In February, I think you'll take that if you're a resident in Fayetteville and going to go watch opening weekend, at least at Baum Walker.
3 o'clock Friday, 2 o'clock Saturday, noon Sunday. Don't forget they played today at 2 o'clock, and we'll have it here on most of these ESPN Arkansas stations. So have that for you. All right, that's the opening drive this morning. It is brought to you by the Fence Man, 782-3936. Brandon was here with us Friday. We went over all of our picks. I think we got a few right. I know we got a few wrong, but hey, we'll do it again this Friday. Between now and then, if you need a quote for a fence, they've still got 10% off for just a day or two more. So if you'll call Brandon, he'll come out, give you a quote, and you'll get 10% off right now with the Fence Man. It's their way to kind of welcome you into a new year in 2026. 782-3936, thefencemanAR.com for examples of their work, pictures, more about their company. It's all there, thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, we're going to take your calls and texts via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline for the rest of the morning. No guests, just you, Tommy, Colton, and myself. We've got some other college basketball things to get into. Plus, coming up in your Hog Update, going to hear from John Calipari on the win. He addresses a couple other things. Dave Van Horn as well, plus some players and their reactions from what happened in Dallas and also what happened in Fayetteville. It's a Hot Take Monday. Stay with it.
Don't touch my beef jerky.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanAR.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
How about Billy Goat?
This is The Morning Rush.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Wrap Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and back-to-back comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Being a father doesn't come with a manual, but you don't have to figure it out alone. Invest Fatherhood is a program of Heart-to-Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center, and our Man Up classes bring dads together. This is a network of fathers building stronger families one step at a time, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. If you're ready to be the dad your kids need, man up, step in, and join the Brotherhood. Invest Fatherhood, a Heart-to-Heart program. Strong fathers change everything. Call Heart-to-Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center at 479-452-2260 to sign up today.
Flu vaccines, both regular and high dose for seniors, are now available at Law's Drug Store in Fort Smith. Call 452-6116 to schedule your shot appointment. Usually there is no cost when covered by your insurance. Law's Drug has COVID vaccines, RSV vaccines for ages 60 plus. Pneumonia and tetanus shots are also available. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drug Store, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on February 12th through the 16th at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, February 12th through the 16th. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Come on, Pete.
Gage Wood, no hits him. Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Well, Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go Hog.
I got a little rep tonight. I mean, we played 2 7:00 games. As student athlete, heck, I got homework still tonight, dude. It's a Sunday night.
I think Camden Kojal did his homework last night.
Yes.
After their comeback win against Texas Tech. You think he got it done?
He's a student athlete.
That's what you heard it right there.
Yeah.
Got it done. I did get a kick out of that. He had himself quite a weekend.
0-2. Kojal hits a drive to right field. Back it goes. Camden Kojal's tied the game here in the 9th inning with home run number 2.
See the face of this baseball team? If we're not going to DVH, is that fair?
Too early to say.
I don't know, but he's who I think of.
Yeah.
That's, I think, who most people would go to. And I feel like
he's got a Mark Zona future ahead of him, man. He is a cool cat. I like that guy.
Well, they had, again, you took 2 of 1 this weekend. You beat Oklahoma State's brains in. It was funny. Micah New ended that game, and then he helped get that sacrifice fly against the Red Raiders yesterday and in that game. So he basically ended 2 of 3 games this weekend. He almost came back against TCU. I'll tell you, it doesn't who we haven't listed yet that just had an outstanding game. How about Tate McGuire? 15 sit down. I mean, he just was wheeling and dealing, and it's kind of lost in this weekend because you ended up losing to the Horned Frogs, but he was outstanding on Saturday night.
Yeah, and it's not the worst thing in the world to battle and lose a game, to have a lead, get away, and then come back. I think what happened Saturday probably helped fuel what happened in yesterday's game as far as the comeback to a degree. Again, 2-1 down there. You play Tarleton State. You win that. You start out 3-1 this year, assuming you take care of business today. It's a great start to the season, but it doesn't really mean a lot come June at this point. So let's not read too much into it. Let's see how Aloy's hamstring is, and if this is going to be a nagging season-long situation or if this is something he'll be over rather soon. And then, like we've said before, you're going to play 18 straight at home, and you begin conference play March 13th with Mississippi State at home. You got 22 of your next 25 stretching through March in your building, so in your stadium. So, let's take care of business at home starting this Friday with Xavier.
Basketball took care of business at home this weekend, 88-75. Darius Acuff goes off.
Acuff, pull-up three, and he drained it from the left side.
31 points, knocked down 7 triples. You also had Billy Richmond with a career-high 25 points, and Arkansas takes it and gets a little revenge on the Auburn Tigers. Also got some good basketball news before that game. I guess that was Friday. Jordan Smith commits to the Razorbacks, 3 5-stars now with J.J. Andrews and Abdul Toure, which is great. So Arkansas
15
basketball.
stars. We got 15 stars.
Yeah, 15. Yeah. So you got some good news from that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch. How did Bobby do in the 3-point contest, Colton? Did you watch any of that?
I didn't watch a second of the All-Star weekend.
I
of the
watched
NBA.
some of the All-Star
disgusting
game
now. It's stupid.
yesterday. I saw Corliss was on the sidelines for one of the teams, being that he's on the Spurs staff. So he had a couple Razorbacks featured this weekend, but I did not take in the 3-point contest. I watched the All-Star game yesterday. I actually thought
Did you?
Yeah, it's like a round robin now. It's kind of
3 teams.
Yeah,
Weird.
It's kind of weird how they've got 2 USA teams and a Team World. It was competitive, and they actually tried, which I can't believe we have to ask these players to actually try nowadays. But that was really the only All-Star festivity that I took in this weekend. I thought it was enjoyable yesterday.
All I saw was a clip where former President Obama caught a loose ball out of bounds.
Yes, Devin Booker shoved Nikola Jokic out of the way to make sure that he didn't get hit, which that would have been. I'm surprised he didn't have the Secret Service step in that situation.
That was the extent of my All-Star game watching. I watched.
That was a funny moment that happened.
I did watch a lot more golf yesterday and Pebble Beach than I
8
did.
back after 36, and he wins
boy,
it.
Batia choked it. He had the lead and go.
Well, how about Scheffler
day.
yesterday?
Scotty's doing this new thing where he just spots everybody 10 strokes and tries to catch him, and I really like to watch it.
He nearly did yesterday. He was 9 under yesterday alone, and the wind at Pebble Beach was, I know we're doing the hog update here, but the wind was just incredibly tough yesterday. He had 2 eagles in the final round, including on the 72nd hole. So Scheffler, while he doesn't win, was incredibly impressive on Sunday. So any more for the hog update? I didn't mean to hijack the hog update with
Unless you got something.
All right, that's the Hog Update. It's brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. Although football season's over, the action is still rolling with the Oaklawn Sports app. Futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, and you can wager on college and NBA basketball, hockey, soccer, table tennis, and we got a few more days of the Olympics as well. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled in this special promotion. You get a second chance on your first bet each of your first 10 days. For $100 a day, that's $1,000 in bonus bets. There's a 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on 3-leg parlays that qualify, plus funding and withdrawing your balance has never been easier with Oaklawn Sports app, ACH, bank transfer, debit and credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, on-site cash. It is all there. Carrier pigeon would probably work as well. Bet with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Let's talk to Kevin and Rogers on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Kevin, I know you're happy about this weekend. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I am pretty much. There's some things that Tommy, how you doing?
I'm
Colton,
good.
everybody. I hope everybody's I'm 100% with Tommy so far on this game. I mean, if we're playing pretty good basketball, I wasn't real thrilled with a 13-point win, just from the fact we were up 21, and I felt like they went back to playing summer basketball. But I do know this Auburn team's a lot better than that LSU and Mississippi State team, even without their best scorer, because Pettiford's the real deal and Murphy's the stud. But I'm with Tommy. The one thing this team hasn't done, and it's fact, they haven't won in a hostile environment. They just haven't. I mean, the closest game they've played in a hostile environment was at Michigan State, and that was really early in the season. And so I'm kind of looking at that too. I mean, Alabama, say what you want about Nate Oates, but they're as talented as anybody. Their three guards are probably the only three guards in this league that can match up with us on the perimeter.
Hey, Kevin, we got to run. That's a good point. Phylon A-Cuff's going to be cinema come Wednesday night. More of the Morning Rush next.
Live from hitthatline.com.
We got to defend. We got to get back to our brand of basketball. Play tough. Beat those guys for 40 minutes.
A-Cuff gonna pull up, try a three. Just got another one. Are you kidding me?
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth. This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
It was on our calendar. We knew we had to get this one.
This is the Morning Rush.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Mark your calendars and save big at the Greater River Valley RV Show going on February 12th through the 16th at Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Special show pricing and financing available on all units, new or used. Come and see our large inventory of industry-leading brands such as Grand Design and Forest River. Take advantage of the huge savings at the Greater River Valley RV Show at Crabtree RV Center, February 12th through the 16th. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter.
Contractors, you know the right equipment makes all the difference. That's why you choose LG HVAC systems. Innovative, efficient, and built to perform. And at J&B Supply, we're more than just a supplier. Since 1968, our family-owned business has provided HVAC and plumbing pros with the products, expert service, and hands-on training to get the job done right. Check out the buzz around LG's new game-changing equipment today. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and back-to-back comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Razorbacks find themselves all alone in second place in the Southeastern Conference this morning. My question to you, with 6 games left to go and road trips to Alabama and Florida, where do they end up?
4-2, 13-5.
Florida right now 10-2, Arkansas 9-3, Vandy, Tennessee, Alabama all 8-4, and that's what makes Wednesday night's game even more large is the league standing. So where does Arkansas end up with 6 games to go?
I think, 4-2, 13-5, probably second place in the league, because you'd be asking Kentucky to win 5 of their next 6 games, which just don't think that's happening. I think Florida might go undefeated in their final 6 games. I mean, they're really that good.
Well, you want to hear them?
Go ahead.
South Carolina, win. Ole Miss on the road, win. Texas on the road,
win.
Arkansas at home,
win.
Then we get over to March here. Mississippi State.
Oof. Jeez, Louise. What? That's the remaining 6 games?
No, that's 5 of them.
Okay, and
then
Tennessee.
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. And they'll go to Lexington for that.
So I don't see them losing more than twice, but maybe.
They might lose.
The most difficult games are Arkansas and Kentucky.
I don't, as an Arkansas fan and a homer at times, I don't know how you can look at Florida and say you're going to win that game next Saturday.
They play 2 ranked teams the rest of the way, Arkansas and Kentucky.
You would have to have your best shooting game, and you'd have to have all that physicality that we've been lacking all season, which is just
suddenly come out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's
in the fourth to last game of the season. It's like, oh, we've been holding it in, guys, but we're actually really tough inside.
So here's the thing we need to understand, and one of the reasons I asked the question: Florida's going 15-3, 14-4 at worst, but 15-3 is probably Florida's path. When you just look at this schedule, they'd have to lay a real egg against some really bad teams to be any worse than that. So this idea about winning the regular season, let's just forget that, because if Arkansas goes 14-4, you're still short.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, 13-5 may be more realistic. I think 14-4 is in play, but none of that's going to get you in top. So right now, I think you're playing for second place in this league. Now, you control your own destiny. You can go win all these games, and you can win this league, because you'd have the tiebreaker against Florida. You'd have a tiebreaker against Alabama. You would be 14-4. You'd win the league. But reality is you're probably not going undefeated the rest of the way. I don't know that it's good for you to go undefeated the rest of the way, honestly.
No, you don't want that added pressure heading into the...
That's a long streak, because you've won, 3 in a row now? That would be 9 in a row. Then you would win whatever you did in the
3 more, 12.
If you won the SEC tournament, and then you got to win 6 more on the back end of that, and at least 4 to go to the Final Four. So that's a long time without rolling to 7. So I'd love to see you split the road games with Bama and Florida, finish with a number 2 seed in this conference, go win. Here's the thing. You get to the league tournament. Well, if you win 2, you're in the championship game. You might as well go ahead and win 3 at that point. I mean, you got to play it anyway.
The SEC needs to consider moving their schedule up a day because they have screwed themselves on the seed lines time and time again when it comes to the team that wins the SEC championship at 2:30 on Sunday.
Florida's going to, if Florida does what we're talking about, goes 5-1 the rest of the way and wins the SEC, they're a 1 seed.
Do you want? Oh, you want to? The SEC. I would think so because that would give them how many straight wins at that point? That would give them 11, 14 straight wins, or 13 to 14, or whatever it's going to be. Yeah, that's I think the way that they play.
They're the only team in this league that has a chance to get a 1 seed.
Arkansas' ceiling is a 3.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to get any higher than that. So, Kevin brings up, watch out for Texas. They've won 4 straight. Yeah, that is a good point. Arkansas, again, one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
6 of the last
3.
7.
Kentucky was until they lost to the Gators on Saturday. Alabama's won 4 straight heading into this game Wednesday. You've already beaten Tennessee. You've already beaten Vanderbilt, who've won 2 straight, respectively. So, again, the back half, the back third of your schedule is the toughest part of who you play.
Right now, Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Houston are probably your 1 seeds in college basketball.
Yeah, Arizona, Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Houston. Iowa State's in that mix. They've got a big one tonight against the Cougars. Big Monday game.
Iowa State's 23-3.
They just smashed Kansas this
they
weekend.
Beat the crap out of Kansas.
Here's Florida's problem with being a 1 seed. They're 19-6. And they played a heck of a schedule. Their net ranking is 9. I don't know how far up it could go if they ran the table. I hope Florida, honestly, runs the table. Because that probably means they won't win the national title.
Well, schedule lines for it.
Run the table. I mean, you're going to roll a 7 at some point. Arkansas, by the way, this morning in the net, up a spot with a bullet to 18. So that's where you're at right now, and I think that puts you 3rd in the SEC. Vanderbilt still ahead of you at 13. So
JT feels like they're 14-4 after the regular season. They're runner-up in the SEC tournament. He feels like they're a 3 seed. He's asked the question, though, could 15-3 and a runner-up in the SEC tournament get us a 2 seed? Nope. The deal, JT, is the conference isn't number 1 in the league or in college basketball. It's the Big 12. And so that might have gotten it last year. It's not going to get it for you in 2026.
Okay, so where is this conference?
It's 2.
Ahead of the ACC, ahead of the Big Ten?
The ACC's top-heavy.
I mean, your argument would be the Big Ten. 12's 1. I think we all agreed Big 12's 1. You got Michigan. You got Illinois. You got Purdue.
Michigan State.
All, I'm just talking the top 7 of the net rankings. You got 3 Big Ten teams. And Michigan's number 1. So, there's probably an argument to be made whether the Big Ten's 2. In Nebraska, you forget Nebraska, they're at 11. You mentioned Michigan State, they're at 15. So you got 5 teams in the top 15 of the net out of the Big Ten.
There's a weird one-off game this weekend, too, featuring the Blue Devils and the Wolverines, which I don't know
Which is, by the way, more than the Big 12 has in the top 15.
Ohio State played Virginia this past weekend, too. Some very random out-of-conference games here in February.
I don't know if that's a Fox deal or what that's
uneven conferences is what it is, guys. It's teams that don't want to be idle. It's uneven conferences. Okay. It's conferences that don't have an even number of games, so not everybody's playing every night.
Okay. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question, where you expect Arkansas to finish in these remaining 6 games. It's brought to you by Cart Pass Social, number 1 place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. Over 10 TVs that you could watch college basketball and future baseball games as well. March Madness is coming up next month. I know they're going to be stocked up for that. It's always BYOB, over 1,000 different golf courses. We were talking about Pebble Beach a little while ago. You can play that and others at Cart Pass Social. Go to cartpasssocial.com if you're interested for an event with Nate Gearhan and Christian Olsen, 2 of my buddies from school, 2 Rogers boys that love the Hogs. cartpasssocial.com.
Yeah, turn on the realism settings and then just get that wind cranked up there like it was yesterday, and you'll find out how good you're not.
Well, I can't remember who I was talking to about this, but apparently when Jack Nicklaus and some of the other golf legends go out there and the wind is just swirling 40, 50 miles an hour, they'll hit a 4-iron off a 106 tee shot, and they'll bring it back and land it on the green.
To my number
Think
7?
about that. Yes.
Well, there was someone hit a choke down or like a mini driver.
That was Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah, he hit driver on a 100-yard hole. The wind was blowing so hard.
I mean, was it in that 40, 50 mile an hour range?
At least. I mean, that's the signature
Imagine
hole.
he's
If
a
you
speed
don't
guy like
you don't
me,
want
he
70,
about
that's a
got
downhill par 3.
Imagine being the caddy in that situation and you gauge the wind. All of a sudden, it just dies. It's gone for a split second. Your golfer hits it, sends it 100 yards past the green, and
you're in the ocean then.
and he just looks at you like, "What the heck, man?" And you're just like, "I can't do anything. The wind died." I know that doesn't happen very often, but that to me, that shot is pretty
What
crazy.
would be harder, hitting into the wind or downwind like that? If it's downwind 50 miles an hour.
What would you hit like a?
Get that putter going, baby. Put it right up there.
You got to get up in the wind.
So you mentioned Scotty Scheffler making it interesting this weekend. I know
9 under yesterday in his final round. Comes up short of winning or forcing a playoff, but another great closing round. That's a couple of weeks in a row he's had a wonderful closing round.
Yeah.
Is the winner at Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
So he wins it. Colton joked about this earlier. It's like Scheffler's giving guys strokes and then catching up with the final stretch of it. I was watching In and Out. I know there's multiple celebrities, not just golfers, that were there this weekend, but it is a cool event. Usually I'll lock in or pay attention to the majors and whatnot, but this, along with like Waste Management, maybe one or two others, is something I'll actually keep up with from time to time.
I love it when they have the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach because then you get golf in prime time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it's dark here, I mean, it's a couple hours obviously behind there. You'll get a little bit of primetime golf, but Pebble, I mean, it's not Augusta, and it's really not that hard a course compared to some of the others they play. But it's just picturesque and as scenic as Augusta. It's an iconic course. So I mean, it's one of those bucket list places, and you watch and I say it's like Augusta. You watch as much for the course and the venue. It's one of those rare places that you do that as much as you watch for the golf itself.
It's about the experience almost. It's not just a golf round or a golf tournament. It's about like experiencing what's going on. That would be a fun. We were talking about it in the break. That'd be a fun course to play at some point. We got some college basketball storylines I still want to get to. We're kind of running low on time. I'll eventually get to some of these coming up. That was one of the craziest fights I've seen on a college basketball court between St. John's.
Big East basketball, baby.
Yeah, and Providence. One of the dirtier plays that I think I've seen as well. Arkansas takes 2 of 3. You smash Oklahoma State this weekend in Globe Life. You fall just narrowly to the TCU Horned Frogs, and then you take down Texas Tech. They play Tarleton State today. Help me on this. Do they typically play a fourth game? Am I just misremembering that?
I was wondering the same thing.
Like in my head, I was like, I feel like it's just like 3 really good games Friday night, and Arkansas's in prime time. Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon. But maybe I'm misremembering that. Maybe in the past they've gone and played that fourth game, but typically I feel like they're heading back to Fayetteville, or already back at Fayetteville at this point. But you got that game tomorrow. I say tomorrow, today, which we'll have for you on most of these stations starting at 1:30.
Freshman Peyton Lee to start today. He'll be the midweek guy probably.
Okay. Well, that'll be again. We were talking about which freshman's going to get their first crack pitching for the Razorbacks today. Peyton Lee.
All right, so there you go. Hey, be sure and get the Bet Saracen app if you haven't got the odds on whatever's going on. Bet Saracen's the place we get the lines and look at them. So download it now, check it out. It's available in the Apple app or Google Play Store. The Bet Saracen app, Arkansas's #1 sports betting app.
All right, hour number 2 coming up. More reaction to Arkansas's 88-75 win over the Auburn Tigers. You got a little revenge, which was nice. More also thoughts on the SEC and what it looks like now with Arkansas solely in second place. Billy Richmond, Darius Acuff, both with tremendous outings for the Razorback. Hour 2, what's your hot take on this Monday? We'll get to that next on the Morning Rush.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Raleigh.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. You know, a famous coach once said there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one Razorback.
And there's only one Razorback store that's owned by a family of University of Arkansas alums.
And that's us, the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. Y'all know why seagulls fly over the sea and not the bay?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be called bagels.
Dad, just please stop.
Anyway, the Stadium Shop on Razorback has everything you could want. Tees, hoodies, puffer vests, polos from Nike, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, Champion, and many more.
Plus, we have stuff for your fan cave and those Razorback golfers out there.
So next time you're in Fayetteville, stop by the store at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or you can shop us on that Googleator, Facegram, Instagram,
Dad, just stop
InstaWeb.
before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and back-to-back comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
All white chicken meat breaded in tortilla chips. They're Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets. Pretty different than the nuggets you're used to. Haters will say, that's not the classic nugget. Haters are right. Haters will love them anyways. Oh, and they come with Hidden Valley Ranch, another classic. But we mix it up with Diablo. They can't hate that. I mean, they can, but they won't. Crispy chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Bush. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
The Greater Fort Smith Association of Home Builders presents the Home Show 2026, coming to the Fort Smith Convention Center February 20th through 22nd. Discover the latest in home ideas with live demonstrations, exciting giveaways, and something for everyone. Bring the kids for a bounce house area, a hands-on kids workshop, a Lego building contest, and see the Guinness Book of World Records largest brick. Don't miss the Home Show 2026. Fun, family, and inspiration all under one roof. FortSmithHomebuilders.com.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece. crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, an increase in the sunshine. Our high temperatures will be right around the upper 60s. Mainly a clear sky tonight. And overnight low will drop down in the mid to upper 40s. And then a little bit more cloud cover sneaks in here on Tuesday with the high upper 60s to low 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Busch Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush. This hour of the Morning Rush is powered by Busch Light. Busch Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager there is.
Pringle, nice bounce pass. Acup, left side, three-pointer good. Darius feeling it tonight, 11 in the first half. He didn't put it back up, tried to kick it out. Richmond stole the pass. Showtime! Billy! They find Murphy. His shot blocked by Brazil. Thomas out of there with it. Ahead to Acup. Love for Richmond and a dunk on the other end. Brazil with the block on one end. Richmond with a dunk on the other, and it's a 10-point Razorback lead.
How about Billy Goat? If that is the TV that we have every game, we're going to have some fun.
Look like the other team that could make a Final Four run, and at least Elite Eight like they did in previous years. I think this Arkansas team could be the most dangerous.
88-75. Our final score.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
We got a text earlier in hour number 1 from Jesse in Springdale on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline asking, so does the narrative change in this basketball team if we beat Florida? Well, it does. And honestly, it'll change Wednesday night if you go on the road and beat an Alabama team that's won 4 straight and has looked pretty good even without post-Charles Bediako. Arkansas takes it against Auburn 88-75. Outstanding game from Billy Richmond. Outstanding game from Darius Acuff, TB. And you got to see DJ Wagner back, Carter Knox back. Hopefully he's okay after the kind of weird fall with him and then his knee and everything else. You're one of the hottest teams in the Southeastern Conference right now. Haven't necessarily, again, played the competition that authenticates what you kind of think about this team, but hopefully Wednesday night they'll keep that train rolling.
All right, it's a Hot Take Monday. That's Ty's take on it. What's yours? We'll open up the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. You can text as well, 877-377-6963. The Morning Rush brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. They have a location now in Salisaw, right across from the courthouse, to better serve Sequoia and LaFleur counties. Not only do they handle family law, Jackie has 13 years in car wrecks, slip and fall cases, and dog bite cases. So let her help you get that insurance check or wreck check. They also understand that times are hard, and most of us are in the working class. We can't afford to pony up $5,000 for a retainer. They get that. And that's why they let you work out a easy to understand flat fee, easy low down payments to get you through, and monthly payments that you can afford as well. Hey, and the laws have changed. Joint custody now the default, so don't be afraid to go to trial, guys, if you're going through a divorce as well. That's mocklegalsolutions.com, mocklegalsolutions.com, or 769-1505, 479-769-1505 for Mock Legal Solutions.
Analytic guys, we shot 67% of our twos.
That was crazy. Arkansas's done that a lot of times this season. Number 1 team in the league when it comes to the percentage inside the three-point line. They've had some really successful outings shooting the long ball as well. But that's what Cal has been preaching over and over. 52 points in the paint for the Razorbacks. I think they beat Auburn by 22 in that category, whether it's paint touches from Darius Acuff, Billy Richmond, DJ Wagner, whether it's Trevor Brazil, Malik Ewan scoring. I mean, that is the strength of this basketball team, and it's on display once again Saturday night.
Rebounds, set up transition points. Arkansas is very good in transition. Trevin Brazil, I mean, I know what we had from Acuff and Billy Richmond on Saturday from a point production standpoint. His influence on games, his ability to cut down passing lanes, block shots. Don't sell TB short on the effect he's having on the game.
If that is Trevin Brazil, well, we saw today in the last couple games. If that's who he is, we're really good.
Arkansas now is also the number one team in the SEC in block shots, and TB is probably getting 40% of those a game. It sure seems
like. He had 4 of the 10 on Saturday, so you're right.
That's the area that you're talking about, him influence the game. And not that he's not doing that, stretching the floor as a space 4, giving Darius, Malik Thomas, DJ Wagner, and other guys the ability to drive in the lane, or he does these spectacular alley-oops. But his defense, I think, if anything, in his 5th year has improved the most.
It's the shot they don't take. It's the pass they don't make. It doesn't show up in the box score, but he forces teams to play left-handed to a degree. He forces teams he shuts down where they want to go with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the idea of defense, right? You want to go inside and take the easiest shot underneath the basket, right? He shuts a lot of that down and forces teams to find other ways. And their offense has to flow in a way to try to bring Brazil out from under the basket.
Yeah, he has a plus-minus of 8 on Saturday night. Gives you 7 rebounds as well as the 11 points, the assist, and steal in those 4 blocks. And listen, you don't have to. He doesn't have to score 20+ points.
Nope.
As we're saying, to be impactful. And that's what Arkansas honestly needs him to be, as a defensive juggernaut, which he's shown the capability at times. And Cal insinuated that you might see them go small with TB at the 5, Carter, Billy rotating from the 3 and 4. So he's going to even have to be more of a presence if they go in that smaller lineup. They pull Pringle out. They pull Malik Ewan out. That's something that he's going to have to do, especially, and even like in the games they're not going small, that you see Ewan, you see Pringle alongside. When they play Florida a week from Saturdays, the biggest, toughest front court in college basketball, and some of these other teams you'll face in the NCAA tournament. If he is like that, like we saw these last 3 games, Arkansas is going to have a chance to, as Cal said, do something special.
Yeah. Any concern with the fact that you took a 21-point lead and then you let it dwindle and you kind of played with your food a little bit? I mean, is there anything, or is that just picking at threads?
Kevin brought that up earlier, and you got to give Auburn credit. Between Murphy and Pettiford, they refused to get blown out. You won by 13. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a blowout. We've got to remember, this Auburn team went on the road and beat Florida couple weeks ago. This is a capable Auburn team. So I get, like, you wanted to house them, you wanted to win by 20+ after what they did to you in the jungle. That's fine, but some of that was on Auburn too. I didn't have a lot of concern. I honestly credited the Tigers more based on the fact that they didn't let go of the rope. Every time I thought Arkansas was going to go on one of these runs after a Billy dunk or a breakaway or something like that, Auburn, quote-unquote, weathered the storm a little bit. Again, they lost by 13, but they didn't get beat by 25. So you got to give credit to them as well.
Yeah. So, interesting game. I think the lineup moving forward is interesting. I don't know how you get, Richmond. He's earned his spot. I don't know how you change it. JD and Hackett says, hey, fellas, the injuries to Knox and Wagner have allowed Billy to showcase who he really is. Watch out. This team's about to go to another level. We've talked about that early in the year, whether it be an injury, whether it be something off the floor, to force a change in the lineup that might just lock in the right combination. Have we reached that point in the year where just by a set of circumstances beyond anyone's control, you found a new combination that maybe works better than what you've been doing? It appears against teams that are not at the top of the SEC, Mississippi State, LSU, and an Auburn team without their leading scorer, that maybe you found a combination you like better than what you were doing before.
That's the hope. Because if Billy, as we brought up, is not talking, he's refusing to be taken off the floor based on the way he's playing. That combination you're talking about. Did Carter help me on this? Did Carter come back in after he went down awkwardly?
No, he was out.
Okay, yeah. So if he winds up on the SEC availability report on Tuesday night prior to playing Alabama on Wednesday, that'll be interesting. DJ played less than 6 minutes. How do you orchestrate?
Carter
him
played
back
more
in
than
the
DJ.
game? Yeah, by like 45 seconds or whatever. So what that combination that you're talking about that Cal's been seeking and trying to tinker with and figure out, does that change again if Carter's can't go on Wednesday night? And this is something that that coaches have to do throughout a season. Guy goes down, guy can't play, and you have to mix and match and tinker a little bit. Again, he's alluded to going small and whatnot. So hopefully, again, with the back third of your schedule being the toughest of any part of your season in conference play, that they'll have this thing figured out by Nashville that second week of March.
Should Seeley have gotten some minutes in this game? I mean, we saw him with those two guys completely out. When Knox and Wagner were out, he did get a few minutes, 10 or 12, whatever it was. Should he have gotten some time on the court? Because he did not play on Saturday.
I don't think Isaiah's going to play unless there's foul trouble or a guy's out. Both those guys were back, and I know Carter got injured late, but I don't anticipate him playing in some of those games. Should he have? Maybe you can make an argument for.
You were up 21 at a time with 14:04 to go in the second half. If you want him to take his game to the next level, if you want him to improve, he needs to be out there under the bright lights at least some.
I would be more concerned with getting my two injured guys back than getting him playing time, but he deserves it for working really hard and being able to step up. I think Ty's right. Now's not his time.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a big beef one way or the other on this. I'm just kind of wondering what you guys thought on it.
Jody said he'd like to see it even if it's just 2 minutes. All right, more texts. Billy's going to stay in the starting lineup, Ryan. I don't think you have to worry about that. You brought up Hogs playing with their food. Robert in Bull Shoals agrees with you. Josh says that you need to see more from Pringle. What was his stat line? What did he finish with? Nick had
fouled out.
Yeah, didn't have
2 points, 1 rebound.
Didn't have a field goal in this game.
21 minutes. Didn't even take a shot. Took 2 free throws. Or made 2 free throws on 4 attempts.
I think the question you have to ask yourself with this Arkansas team, for the ones that think this team is the capability to go deep into the tournament, and by deep I mean to Indianapolis, is can you lessen the front court that you have, which is not good relative to some of the teams you're going to play, with outstanding guard play, not turning the ball over, which Arkansas leads the conference, number 3 in the country in that. You have area, like in any basketball team, they're going to have areas that they struggle in that are not their strengths, that their weakness. Arkansas is your front court. But can you be so good, can you be so efficient in so many of the other areas to make up for not having an outstanding front court? I personally don't think the answer is yes. Now, again, I reserve the right to change my opinion based on what happens Wednesday night and next Saturday in Gainesville. But I think you'll really find out a lot about these teams. What I think might happen is you'll win 4 of these next 6, but those 2 big games in Tuscaloosa and in Gainesville, you'll lose them. So you're still kind of in that mode. It's I don't know if this team is capable of taking that next step, because when they go up against outstanding front court players outside of JT Toppin, they've lost the game.
So we're going to Alabama to lose because of Alabama's backcourt, because of them?
That is going to be more.
Different.
Yeah, their front court is not the same as obviously, but that's going to be because they have a prolific scoring. Can Arkansas get away with going to a place that they haven't won a lot of games, but more of that game in Gainesville? Mm-hmm. It's the idea of, can you get away with having a front court weakness? I say front court, it's a 5 weakness. TB's not necessarily a weakness, but Malik and Nick are so sporadic at times at the 5 with what you need.
You don't have a big-bodied 5. I mean, you just you don't. I mean, that's the one ingredient most Final Four teams have, is a true can-play, big-bodied, back-to-the-basket guy that when a rebound's more important than a basket, he can get it.
And it's also your fail-safe. You can't get anything, that guy posts up on somebody, you just toss it right into him. And Arkansas doesn't have that option.
You and occasionally can do it. Nick's not going to give you any post moves or score you 10 points on a given night, or rarely if it happens. And you look at some of these teams that do have it, and Arkansas is just going to have to hope that Darius Acup, Malik Thomas, and some of the other guys are scoring at such a pace that it's not going to matter. That's not necessarily the formula to get you where you want to be, but again, you still got 6 games left. You're 2/3 of the way through SEC play. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. And also, you got to point this out. Arkansas second right now, outright in this league.
Yep.
You go 4-2, you're probably going to head in the
finished
SEC.
8th last year, folks.
Mm-hmm. You're probably going to head in the SEC tournament in second place, which is, I think, satisfactory to a lot of different people. That's a couple spots ahead of where you were projected at 5th heading into the season. So I would say if Arkansas is second place in the same position they are here in 3 weeks, then you're satisfied as a Razorback fan heading into the SEC tournament, the NCAA tournament.
Well, the Hogs have started out the year strong. If you're looking to do the same, WT Equipment in Springdale has the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders built to handle whatever the job and the year that you can get right now. You'll enjoy outstanding operator comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional life and reach. These machines range from 60 to 90 horsepower. They're fuel efficient and support a wide variety of attachments, so you can tackle more jobs with just one machine. So if you're ready to work smarter and stronger this year, see our friends at WT Equipment and ask about New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders. They're available today at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment, equip your future. Elevate your potential.
I don't know if anyone else had this issue Saturday night, whether you wanted to watch or listen to the Razorback baseball game or the Arkansas basketball game, but I did find, Colton, what's this clip from? Is it from a TV show?
Yeah, I think it was from Home Improvement.
Okay.
I didn't see all of it, though, but I recognize Tim
Yeah,
Allen.
it was. I think you're right on that.
I can't take it. I can't take it. I've got to see this game. Honey, I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Ooh, that guy's got a problem. That guy is addicted to sports. He is out of control.
Anyone else have that issue Saturday night? You wanted to watch a top 25 basketball program play a team that creamed you early this year, or you wanted to watch a baseball team following a win on Friday in Globe Life, whether you took it in Flow Sports or you're listening to Phil on these radio stations, and you just said at dinner, you said, I gotta go take it in.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I realize it's a TV show
On a Valentine's night.
I got a couple texts on Saturday night of friends asking for updates on what was going on in this game because they were subjecting themselves is such a harsh word, but they were taking in a lovely night with their significant other who did not want to go to the basketball game or did not want to stay at home and eat takeout and watch the Arkansas baseball team play.
Or have dinner at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, or have dinner early at 5 o'clock. They were, again, blackmailed is not the right word. Forced is maybe it sounds too harsh, but they were, they had to in order to save their marriage. Sit with their pleasant and kind significant other, not watch those games Saturday night.
On Saturday night, I went and stopped by our good friend Keith over there at CJ's, right there in Fayetteville, and it's about 7 o'clock. We're getting ready for the game to get tipped off here for Arkansas, and I see a couple in there, and I see this wife just chatting away at this with this husband, just talking and talking. And I see that they're both wearing Razorback gear, and this husband is nervously checking his watch. I mean, he's every 3 seconds. And I'm waiting for my order at CJ's. It took him some time. They were a little bit busy. Thank goodness on Friday night that place was hopping. But I watched that husband sit there and wait, and they got out the door at about 7:18. So I hope they made it to the game on time. But I was a pretty funny scene to watch because you knew she had no care in the world. She was only going to appease him, and he was just counting down the minutes until he knew he might miss tip.
Let me tell you something else I was talking about this weekend in kind of conjunction with Valentine's Day dates and everything else. My dad doesn't do this with my bonus mom, but he should. I love my bonus sisters and my bonus mom to death, but I don't think they've ever been on time to anything since my parents got married. And I have friends that lie to their wives about what time the actual event occurs.
Oh, that's smart.
Just to make sure that they're on.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, because the pregame starts at 7.
Okay.
Tip-off's at 7:30. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, if that's an issue within your house, that is perfectly within the bounds.
I've done that.
Acceptable.
Within the bounds of societal rules.
Well, people also make being fashionably late part of their personality. And to those people, I say, get bent. Find something better. Be punctual.
I'm a very punctual guy, so I'm not a fan of that.
See, I like the pomp and circumstance of the pregame. I like to hear the national anthem. I like to see the starting lineups and the light show and all, So if I'm going to a football game, I want to see the block A. I want to see it march from south to north and the team run through those are the things that as as much as the winning touchdown or the slam dunk. That's part of game day. I don't want to miss it.
You want that fake smoke to fill your lungs early when you get there.
Ryan was able to eat early with his significant other on Saturday night, so I guess he got away with it. Aaron says that he had to cancel his Valentine's Day double date to watch the game. He had a terrible stomach ache and rescheduled it for this Friday. I do
feel better.
So
attaboy.
This is something my brother did, and his girlfriend's awesome, so she let this fly. They had their Valentine's Day stuff last weekend in Dallas because he has made a tradition to go to Globe Life every single year. So they did Friday night and Saturday night, not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
Yeah.
And he just got to take in all the games this weekend.
Was the Auburn game worth cashing that ticket, though, for? I mean, this wasn't Kentucky. This wasn't Alabama. This wasn't Florida. Was this game worth cashing that kind of ticket? Using up that much credit?
I don't. What are you laughing at over there?
Nothing. I'm laughing.
Okay. To me, like, you got to see Billy go for 25, a career high. Darius knocked down 7 threes. I think it was every bit worth it.
Okay. 'Cause you only get so many of these cards you can play in a year.
Yeah. It's February. It's early, boys.
I mean, if it was Kentucky, yeah, I know.
Can't you just respond, well, if you love me, you'll let me watch the game?
Well,
Isn't that a quick
Try that here in a
retort?
couple years.
Wouldn't that work?
If you love me, try that one. See
If you love me, you'll let me watch my favorite basketball team get revenge on a team that clocked us by 20-something earlier in January. If you love me, if you truly care about me. That's at least the response.
You said that last weekend, though, when the Super Bowl was on.
What was going on during the Super Bowl?
It was just the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know.
If you love me, you won't. You'll leave me alone during this.
Yeah, you'll let me go to my friend's
See my
house.
buddies.
You'll make me a bunch of good food. So that's the other thing. You had Super Bowl. You had back-to-back weekends.
Then what do you do in April when the Masters are on?
Jeff
What do you do for
said
March Madness.
Jeff says the Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day next week.
Is that true?
Is that right?
I think it might be. I think it might be.
That's
today.
tough.
Get my calendar
That might result in some divorces. Oh my gosh. Is that really the case?
I don't know. I'm looking it up here. 2027.
February 14th, 2027.
Yeah, it sure is. Because next year's one of those rare times where the Super Bowl and President's Day are back to back. So, some people, it's President's Day today. Happy President's Day to all you presidents out there. Kids are out of school. Some banks are closed. We're here working. But some people will have the day off following the Super Bowl next year. They should make that work every year.
Can you just move President's Day up a week?
No, you just move the Super Bowl. You schedule the Super Bowl based on
President's
the
Day.
day before President's Day because it's always on a Monday.
Mafia.
But that is true. Valentine's Day is Super Bowl Sunday next year.
Mafia Matt says this segment has made me realize how lucky I am to have a wife that loves the Razorback as much as I do.
You're a fortunate man.
Yeah, Matt. Make sure that she's happy if that's the case.
Same as Bobby and Ashdown. Just texted in the same thing.
So, hey guys, you've been put on notice. Super Bowl Sunday, Valentine's Day, together.
We just gave you a year in advance to plan how you're going
364 days to figure this out.
With my luck, the Dolphins are going to be in that one too. God bless.
Tell you what would make a riveting show for us if the Cowboys somehow made it next year and you had that dynamic.
The answer's simple. You do Valentine's Day on Saturday, the 13th.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think your wife will go for it.
Well, Sunday's not generally a big night out on the town kind of day.
But it's Valentine's Day. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It's
Super Bowl's going to
Valentine's
supersede Valentine's
Day.
Day.
Not in my household.
Colton sounds like he's screwed.
Well, as Ty would say, you need to lay down the law.
Yeah, I'll try that. I'll let you know when I'm coming in here tomorrow.
I try to explain to all my friends.
Come in here with your sleeping bag. Hey, do you mind if I sleep in your office?
You're going to walk in here at 5:15, Ty. I'm going to be in your chair asleep. Just all night long. I've been here.
What happened? Well, I was telling her about the Super Bowl and Valentine's next year on the same day. No,
didn't work out.
Didn't work out quite the way you wanted. Hey, we're excited to be partnering once again with Arkansas Children's Northwest for their Champions for Children Give-a-thon. It's happening all month long, and we couldn't do it without some great business partners that have helped us get the word out. Huge thank you to Limbird Real Estate Group, the #1 real estate team in Arkansas. If you've thought about buying or selling, go to limbirdteam.com. Also, thanks to Colorworks Paint and Body and Barling, River City Coatings, your source for custom fabrication and powder coatings. They've got you covered. And several other great businesses we'll be telling you about. Here's what we need you to do. If you want to help support Children's Hospital, and it's near and dear to our hearts, I know it is for many of you out there. Go to hitthatline.com, click on the Give-a-thon link, It's right there on the homepage. You'll see it. Give-a-thon. Click on that and choose your favorite show, which is, of course, The Morning Rush, and make a donation of whatever amount is good for you. If it's $10 or if it's $100, every little bit helps to raise money for such a worthy place that we're lucky to have here in our own backyard, and that's Arkansas Children's Northwest. So go to hitthatline.com, click on the Give-a-thon link, and give now to Arkansas Children's Northwest here in Northwest Arkansas.
All right, when we return on the Morning Rush, SEC update, some big games in conference this weekend. Arkansas, second place in the league. Got some big ones coming up. Stay with us here on a Hot Take Monday.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Rain, snow, sleet, or hail, the Razorbacks will never fail.
All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Call or text 877-377-6963. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now.
I got a little rest tonight. We played 2 7 o'clock games. As a student athlete, heck, I got homework still tonight, dude. It's a Sunday night.
This is The Morning Rush.
With 10 extravagant indulgences for $3 or less, Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu makes you feel Lutz. As their official Lutziers, I help when it makes you feel too Lutz. Like when you eat the delectable new mini taco salad, you don't need a mini taco salad fork. The fork that comes in the bag is fine. Just like the beefy potato loaded griller isn't bruleed, it's grilled. Just as good though. Try Taco Bell's new Lutz value menu for $3 or less today. At participating Taco Bell stores while supplies last. Price of participation varies. Tax extra.
The Greater Fort Smith Association of Home Builders presents the Home Show 2026, coming to the Fort Smith Convention Center February 20th through 22nd. Discover the latest in home ideas with live demonstrations, exciting giveaways, and something for everyone. Bring the kids for a bounce house area, a hands-on kids workshop, a Lego building contest, and see the Guinness Book of World Records largest brick. Don't miss the Home Show 2026. Fun, family, and inspiration all under one roof. FortSmithHomebuilders.com.
Presented by Central Hydraulics. When your equipment slows down, every minute matters. At Central Hydraulics, they keep your machines operating with the power and precision they were built for. From custom hydraulic hoses made while you wait to cylinder rebuilds, pump repairs, and hard-to-find parts, their technicians get you solutions you need. Fast, accurate, and done right the first time. Stop by 6104 Highway 271 in Fort Smith or call 479-646-0471. Whether it's a simple hose replacement or a major hydraulic repair, they're here to keep your equipment performing. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Cold weather is tough on equipment. Frozen lines, slow hydraulics, unexpected breakdowns. Winter downtime costs money, but Sharp Equipment keeps your job moving. Get the equipment you need when you need it. Heavy equipment rentals, reliable repairs, and custom hydraulic hoses built fast. From on-site repairs to fast turn hoses and dependable rentals, we keep your projects moving no matter the temperature. Visit 3918 Pointer Trail East in Van Buren or call 479-649-0500. Sharp Equipment, we help you move more than just the world. We keep you moving forward.
Join ESPN Arkansas for the Champions for Children's Give-A-Thon, presented by Lindbergh Real Estate Group, Colorworks Paint and Body, and River City Coatings, all month long, with a huge live push on Friday, February 27th. Last year, ESPN Arkansas listeners helped raise over $20,000 for Arkansas Children's Northwest. Every dollar stays local and helps kids and families right here in our community. Go to hitthatline.com, click the Give-A-Thon link, and pick your favorite show and give. Let's rally and change lives together.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
A season trajectory changing win for Oklahoma last week on the road against a Vanderbilt, very good Vanderbilt team. Oh my goodness!
We have a fire. Look at everybody looking.
Wow! Yeah, Rodney, there is. You can see that. Oh my goodness!
We got a fire.
There is a fire.
We got a full-blown fire going on right now.
Well, a popcorn machine. It looks like. I mean, everybody's starting to clear out. You can see we got the sprinkler overhead system is working right now. So our officials, they pointed up there.
That's going right now.
Goodness gracious!
All right, so maybe you haven't seen the video of the popcorn stand catching fire in Norman in a game between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Georgia Bulldogs. They had to suspend play. This was in the first half with about 4 or so minutes in. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've never seen a fire break out inside an arena.
It was a blaze, a real blaze.
Yeah. Someone put too much oil in there.
I'm curious the backstory on why that ended up happening.
The overhead sprinklers coming on is that's when it's a real fire, and that would just be a mess. That's insane.
Well, Oklahoma defeated the Georgia Bulldogs in that game following the delay. Kentucky goes down to Gainesville and loses by 9. A&M has now lost 4 straight after losing to Vanderbilt by 13 this weekend. Game I already mentioned. LSU falls to Tennessee. They're just bad. Tennessee wins by 10. That's a good win for Arkansas that you have on your resume. State beats Ole Miss. Alabama wins. They've won 4 straight heading into your game this Wednesday. And then Texas has also won 4 straight. They defeated Missouri on the road, 85-68.
Well, and got some big ones coming up this week. Obviously, Arkansas, Alabama may be the midweek game of the week, if you will, because I think it probably has the most meaning in this league. But man, you get Florida 1, Arkansas 2, then it is a log jam from about 3 to 8 or so in this league right now.
Florida, again, number 1. Arkansas sold at 2, and then you mentioned that log jam. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky all at 8 and 4. You've got 2 wins already against those teams, a loss against Kentucky. That's why that Alabama game would be such a crucial win for the Razorbacks this Wednesday. And then behind them, Missouri, A&M, and Texas all sit at 7 and 5. You play Missouri twice the remaining season, plus Texas and Texas A&M at home.
Pretty much every game's for something right now. And it may be for 5th place or 6th place in the conference tournament. It may be to get the single bye versus no bye at all. But, I mean, every game has a ton of meaning right now for the next couple of weeks in this conference. Playing for something.
Yeah, and I think about for Arkansas, like you set yourself up so you don't have to play on Wednesday or Thursday in the SEC tournament. And right now you're going forward to, you're going to be a top 4 seed.
Yeah, and it gives you a chance to win that tournament for whatever that's worth. You win 2 games, you're in. You might as well win 3 at that point if you don't have to play them. So, I mean, you can go over there and play 3 games in a row and not have to go, not go have to expend all your energy and eat up your legs by doing so. But it will put you, it's the last time of the year you'll play back-to-back days. So you can go there and manage
and
that.
Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the only time Arkansas has ever won the SEC basketball tournament was in 2000 when they went on that run and got to the NCAA tournament. So it's not – Arkansas has won the regular season title before in this league and the Southwest Conference too, but it's very rare, and they've never done it in Nashville. Was 2000 in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay.
But this format with a double bye makes it very doable. And that's why I bring it up. It's not like you got to go win 4 in a row, or you didn't get a bye at all and you got to win 5 in a row. You got to play 3 games in 3 days to win this event. Be nice if they did. It's not the end, because you probably do move a seed line by winning that thing. If you're going to be a 5 or a 6, if a 6 becomes a 5 may become a 4 by winning that thing. I know you say it's too late in the day and the committee's made up their minds, but I think you could maybe bump somebody a line with a win, because you're going to beat some good teams if you do.
You're right. I just think past precedence has shown that's too late in the day when you thought a team might get a 2 or a 1, and they end up being kind of where they were originally projected. The SEC needs to move the game a day earlier. So you give the committee 24 hours, or not 12 hours at least, to shift things around. By 2.5 hours before they announce the selection show, they've already got it down.
I think the office cares less about how high the seeds are, just getting as many as in there as possible. And the SECs, they're still going to have almost double-digit teams in the tournament.
See, I think when you're talking 1 or 2 seed versus 3, 4, or 5, it's a different conversation. I think, again, it's one game. And how much can one game move you? And I know I'm kind of talking both sides of my mouth here, but I think the top 8 teams in the country generally separate themselves. You look at net ranking and you look at records, and those teams that are up near the top that we mentioned earlier, the Michigans and the Arizonas and the Kansas and those teams, they're like 23-2, all of them. 23-3, those kind of records. Florida's a little bit of an outlier to be in the conversation with 6 losses at this point. So, I mean, to me, the top 8 teams generally identify themselves and make that easy on the committee.
Florida took too long to get going because Boogie Flan and Xavier Lee and some of their other key players that aren't a part of their front court, they just had to adjust. Now they're adjusted. Now they're the most formidable team in the SEC, and they're going to be a real task next Saturday when you go there. And they're, again, probably your 6 games out, but they're probably your SEC regular season champions.
And Boogie Flan in 2 weeks from Saturday, it's less than 2 weeks now, Boogie Flan playing his former team, these players wanting to beat him. That's going to be an interesting dynamic in that one down in Gainesville.
7:30.
Yeah, another night game.
I can't remember if it's on ESPN or what network it's on.
Let me look here. It is on ESPN.
Okay, so it'll be
it says ESPN/2, so it's going to be on ESPN.
Might be where College Game Day is that day. That's one of the better games, not just in the SEC, but it'll be in college basketball. So I wouldn't be surprised with the dynamics you said about Boogie if that was the case.
Yeah. All right, that's your SEC update. It is brought to you by the Inn at the Mill. If you're coming up for baseball this weekend, or you're coming for one of the remaining home games in basketball, call the Inn at the Mill. Talk to Jennifer this morning. She is so friendly and will go above and beyond to make sure every detail of your accommodation is handled, and it won't take long. You won't get stuck in a phone tree. The customer service at the Inn at the Mill is second to none. Their rooms are big, oversized suites. They got a great breakfast to start the day. Fast, friendly, free internet that is easy to use and navigate and to get your devices into. Great TVs. The thing I like about the rooms, they got a little couch and sitting area. They got a great desk and set up there with power plugs and everything to make sure that if you need to do some business while you're on the road, that's easy to accommodate as well. The Inn at the Mill, easy location as well. Exit 69 off I-49 at the Johnson exit in Northwest Arkansas. 479-443-1800. 443-1800 for the Inn at the Mill.
To their impressive resume with another huge win as they knock off number 1 Arizona here in Tucson. Just the 3rd ever win in program history over the number 1 ranked team in the nation.
Love seeing Texas Tech get that win prior to Arkansas taking down Auburn. That helps you just from a win on the resume when you look at the Red Raiders and how they continue to have success in the Big 12. It's a great game that Tech came back and won. So that was one of the big headlines that number 1 went down this weekend. Did you watch the St. John's and Providence fight?
I just saw that. I didn't see it live. But,
okay. I didn't watch it live either. It was on TNT. But if you haven't seen this video, bad blood between the Red Storm and the Friars, not too far from one another.
Nope.
And this was what happened during the course of the game.
Hopkins right on the floor. Hopkins, and he is whacked. Whoa. Hard foul. Hopkins springs up, and it is on the baseline. Powell just took a swing.
Yeah, what, 7 guys tossed? Holden?
7.
7. This was one of the dirtiest plays I've seen on a college basketball court. By the way, that kid has the weirdest haircut I think I've ever seen. He has like a bowl cut on the back of his head, which makes no sense to me. And it was just like egregious. And this happened twice. There was a push play where another guy got tossed in the game. I just like on breakaways, like if you're not going to be able to block him or try and contest him, just let him go. And like Kim English, who's the head coach of Providence, was furious at his guys, and he should have been. There were 2 egregious plays on his players' part. Patino after the game was like, "Don't ask my players about this." All commented on it. He wasn't saying much else. But man, it was it's like a Malice in the Palace type of situation between Providence and St. John's through this basketball.
Well, those are the kind of plays you don't want in basketball. It's old Big East basketball, so I mean you're not surprised it was physical, but interesting to see. And I haven't read anything. I hadn't really followed up. These guys going to get suspensions for the next game. Obviously, they were ejected from this one. I would imagine since fighting was involved, they may miss a game. Maybe the instigator gets 2. We'll see what their commissioner does.
One other basketball headline: Jerome Tane has been let go, and apparently
we just talked about him last week. So.
Apparently, according to Pete Thamel, they're trying to fire him for cause because
he brought shame.
Yeah, the basis for the cause firing is the language in this contract that, like Colton said, public disrespect, embarrassment, and ridicule to Kansas State.
That one's going to be a hard one.
Well, I would think that was my thought. I was like, how are they going to enforce this? And like coaches go off in press conferences all the time, and I can't think of a situation where a coach has gotten fired with cause like this.
Well,
he's also losing, which doesn't help at all.
And Kansas State will have to be careful because you got to hire the next coach.
Yeah.
And your candidate pool's paying attention to how you treat this coach. And in the end, they'll fish a settlement out of this. Hey, we'll give you this amount of money. It's not the same, but we'll give it to you in a lump sum. There'll be something, but this is also an AD and a board that's trying to protect the image of their institution.
And they also want to avoid paying.
And they'd like to save the money.
Yeah, $18.7 million is a buyout for Jerome.
So we give you 12, but we give it to you at once or something. I don't know. They'll work out some kind of agreement, but they can't just leave him with nothing over words, not actions. Or you'll have a hard time getting your next coach
selling
in there.
Selling the next coach that would come in there and take over that job. I don't know how appealing that job in Manhattan is basketball-wise. I know they've had some success with Frank Barton and Tang. That team went to the Elite Eight, I think, a couple years ago. But, what happens there is going to be interesting.
They went to the Elite Eight and got beat by Florida Atlantic, and Tang went into Florida Atlantic's locker room and said, "Man, you guys played a great game." Tang's a loser.
Yeah. Hey, quick reminder, going to be at Butler Furniture and Mountain Home. I'll be there tomorrow morning with the Morning Rush 9 to 11. So if you're in need for bedroom furniture, living room furniture, dining room, new mattress, come by and see us tomorrow 9 to 11, Butler Furniture on Highway 5 in Mountain Home. Won't be far. And in fact, I may just get right over there for maybe one of them big Gaston's cheeseburgers or something after the show tomorrow. Won't be far at all from Gaston's White River Resort, the place that we like to go and get away, unwind. Maybe I ought to just stay a couple nights at Gaston's while I'm there. Good place to get off the grid, but still stay plugged in. They got fast fiber internet to each of their private cabins. Great fishing guides that can take you out for right now, what is a wonderful time of the year to be fishing on the White River. So be sure and call and ask about all that's available at Gaston's White River Resort. Right now, when you call, winter rates are still in effect. So it's not too late to save some money on lodging. 40% off this month at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is the number. Don't forget spring break coming up, vacation time, getaway. Maybe you got some PTO days you need to burn. Gaston's is the place to do it. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Good morning, fellas. You all doing all right, staying warm?
All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Call or text 877-377-6963.
You guys give me a call back? Sorry, Ruben's acting up.
The celebration starts now.
if that is the TV that we have every game, we're going to have some fun.
This is the Morning Rush.
Take your tax refund the extra mile with a road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle at Rath Auto Resources. We've been working around the clock to beef up our inventory, and we're proud to say this is our best, largest selection of road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles ever. With so many to choose from, price to sell, and back-to-back comprehensive warranty, there's no reason to settle for less. Come see why your friends and neighbors voted us the River Valley's #1 pre-owned car dealer, and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith.
Hello, this is Ken Blevins, candidate for Sebastian County Judge, and I'm asking for your vote in the primary election on March 3rd. I am a proud University of Arkansas alumni, a Christian, and proud supporter of the NRA. I have proudly served Fort Smith as circuit clerk, earning a reputation for fairness and honesty. I respect those things that make us different and believe that every voice matters. I believe in transparency, accountability, and making sure you know exactly where your tax dollars go. Ken Blevins, working for you for Sebastian County on day one.
This ad paid for by the campaign to elect Ken Blevins.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Wyatt McIntyre sincerely asks for your vote to be Sebastian County Sheriff. Wyatt is Christian, Republican, and pro-Second Amendment. Wyatt believes in faith, family, and communication to keep people safe. 24 years of law enforcement experience, multiple leadership positions at the Sheriff's Office, currently Police Chief of Mansfield, Arkansas. Has lived in Sebastian County over half his life. Early voting begins February 17th until Election Day on March 3rd.
This is Wyatt McIntyre, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Wyatt McIntyre.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, serving drivers since 1946 and built on a tradition of trust.
Coming back and winning the game. I gotta say, I'm gonna say about three more things. How about our starting pitcher today, man? Hey, the game's not over till it's over. They gave us some runs. You guys took advantage of it. Today's the first day we've really walked. I mean, how about our leadoff guy? He's on base 6 times in a row.
He's talking about Damian Ruiz there, who had himself quite a week in 7 RBIs for the Razorback. Again, gets on 6 times. I know he just kind of labeled this like, man, you got Ryder and Cam behind me. Got to get on.
Ryder Helfrich hitting behind me, Cam Kojo hitting behind me. I mean, these guys are going to drive me in. So, I mean, that's kind of the whole approach and goal is just to get on base and let the guys do the work.
Took 2 of 3. Lost Saturday night really close. I think you're happy. I mean, you would love to beat TCU and get all 3, but I think you're satisfied with this weekend. Yeah, I think some people still have that taste in the mouth of what happened a couple years ago in that regional.
Purple teams, man. Oh.
Them and K-State. Yep.
LSU.
And LSU.
The worst purple of all. Purple and gold.
Can't disagree with you there.
Yeah. Purple's caused problems.
For Damian Ruiz, though, you mentioned him. This was a guy that they brought in as a transfer that they thought was going to come in there and be one of their starters, and he had kind of been a little bit in and out of the lineup in some of these scrimmages. There was Christian Turner, who might overtake him, a freshman out there, but he won the job out there in left field, and like you said, Ty, he had a great weekend. So hopefully he'll be able to do that all season long because he's right. Leadoff hitter, you got some great hitters behind you.
When you can get on base and he's got some wheels to him, that's going to bode well for getting not only in the starting lineup, but playing consistently. So to have, as you said, a weekend like that really gets it going. JT says TCU's just our kryptonite. Well, correct if I'm wrong. You only played them. I mean, you played them recently, but I wouldn't read too much into that if I were you. But again, solid performance game today. We'll have it for you here on most of these stations at 1:30. Get to hear a chance to hear Phil on that. So I know he had a fun weekend down there in Dallas, as well as all the Arkansas fans that attended the games this weekend.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Correct me. We'll have Ruskin and Zach on the Hit That Line Now app. So, because they'll be on 99.5. So if you're wanting to catch that show and it's not on your normal station, you can check that out there, and we'll have the game for you on the radio station that you're listening to now, except in Northwest Arkansas. So baseball season's here. Xavier coming up this weekend. I know I've had a lot of people already wanting tickets. We were looking at the weather forecast earlier. Going to be mid-50s for Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the home opener, but no rain, so should be able to get all of those games in without issue. So, hey, we're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, no matter what job you're doing, whether it's a residential driveway and sidewalk or whether you need a large-scale commercial job done like the new Walmart campus. They do all of those things and everything in between. Major road constructions done by APAC as well. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, sand, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
We mentioned this earlier. I know that a lot of the basketball attention was paid to what happened on Saturday night as Arkansas took down Auburn, but you got another commitment over the weekend.
I've decided to commit to the University of Arkansas.
That's Jordan Smith, number 2 player, depending on what recruiting service you follow, number 1 combo guard. Now you got 5 stars a part of this class, along with the Duture and J.J. Andrews. So big news for the Razorbacks on Friday. She got a couple wins for John Calipari this weekend.
And get used to it. As long as Calipari's your coach, you're going to have 15 stars. If you sign 3 players, you're going to have 15 stars.
Lots of burger boys.
Yeah.
Lots of
so expect to have that kind of player, and don't act surprised when someone like Smith gives you the nod over a place like Duke. Enjoy this while it lasts. It won't last forever, but enjoy this while it lasts.
My hot take this morning on this Monday is that I'm really I wish that Billy would kind of tone it down a little bit because I want him to come back with Jordan Smith Jr. and J.J. Andrews. That's going to be a long, long defensive unit to go up against.
Yeah, that is something to think, not necessarily that long term that you brought to, but I do wonder, like, Billy played 37 minutes in this game Saturday. I mean, do we see him continuously play 35-plus minutes in these ball games? And he's already been taken off the bench. Now he's starting. What kind of expectations are there ahead for Billy Richmond, not just from Cal, but himself moving forward with this basketball team in these final 6 regular season games?
And to your point, Colton, it's not just a decision about moving forward professionally, but it's someone else coming in and just throwing a bag at him.
Penny could say, hey, here's $3 million. Come back home,
baby. And making it really hard, to
Penny
keep
might not
him.
be there the way Memphis is playing. We were just talking about Jerome Tang getting fired. He might be done as well. We'll see what happens in Memphis. But a good win. You got Alabama this Wednesday, and then you got Missouri back at home. I think it's either 3 or 3:30. I can't remember. But again, this back third of your schedule's tough, and hopefully Arkansas can at least.
Did you ask about Missouri? It's 3 or 3:30 is what it says.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I know it's been updated, but we got the old schedule there. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Bud Light Morning Rush podcast will be out momentarily. Our thoughts from the basketball game, the baseball weekend, plus a few other college basketball storylines that we got into as well. Hot takes on with that here on a Hot Take Monday. And I think as far as weekends go, you're pretty happy if you're a Razorback fan based on what happened in Dallas and based on what happened Saturday night in Bud Walton Arena.
You're probably a happier fan. You're probably a little more broke dad and husband. That's probably what happened.
That's a way
this
to
weekend.
look at it. David asking the question about Carter. We'll get his availability in addition to the other team's availability report Tuesday night. So we'll have an update for you Wednesday morning, David, on that. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Tommy Kraft, Colton Little, I'm Ty Richardson. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C coming up. What did Phil have to think about this baseball weekend? He'll tell you next.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?